Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Pass Pirate Pay, the movie discussion show. My name is Ken. I'm your host, alongside my co-host, Andy. Andy, how you doing?
Pretty good, Ken.
So, Andy, what we got going on this week here? It's going to be an interesting one, I think, for us. A couple of lefty liberal sorts.
Yeah,
we're exploring the American right wing.
Kind of.
It's a loose agglomeration of things we got going on here.
It's
right?
how we view the right wing.
That is true. We are definitely telling on ourselves a little bit, I think, with this theme. So
So when I curated this, I wanted things that would spark fun discussion.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think these three movies will do that.
Yeah. I mean, more than one of them are about children who are sexually abused as children. So that's definitely fun discussion stuff we got going on here.
Oh, yeah.
We're really delving into the fun. Well, anyway, yeah. So this week we're going to be doing Sound of Freedom of 2023, and then a couple of new releases, 2025 movies, Sovereign and Eddington. So yeah, movies about people who you and I don't interact with on a daily basis.
No, extreme right winger. Well, not necessarily. Well, yeah, I guess
some.
I don't know. I guess we'll get into it.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? So yeah, let's jump right in. So we're gonna start off with Sound of Freedom from 2023, directed by Alejandro Monteverde. Was this movie the idea? This is what made you think you wanted to do this? You're like, I want to make Ken watch Sound of Freedom, and then let's talk about it.
Well, I had actually heard a lot of weird things about Sound of Freedom.
Okay,
like QAnon things.
Sure.
About Sound of Freedom, but I also heard that it was not a bad movie.
Okay.
And I just heard like a bunch of different things about it, but I never like had the real desire to watch it.
No, certainly not. I never did either. I think I remember hearing some kind of similar stuff. I don't remember anybody saying that it was good. I only remember people saying it's actually not bad. Like that was the response from most critics that I had heard about talking about. It's actually not that bad. But yeah, I mean the QAnon stuff, you're absolutely right? Like this movie
so part of the whole QAnon hoax, because it was basically a moral panic. QAnon is just like the satanic panic, only political.
Yeah.
And it's a giant political hoax, and I don't know how much you've delved into it.
Not that much.
I've listened to quite a few podcasts like debunking it.
Yeah.
Partway through the QAnon hoax, QAnon started doing things about child abductions.
Yeah.
And that roped in a lot of soccer moms.
Right.
Right. So he was able to like rope in people into the conspiracy that would not have cared otherwise.
Oh, see, I thought that QAnon was all about the child molesting.
No.
I thought that was the whole thing.
No, QAnon started out as what was allegedly what he described. Q described that he was a high-ranking official, and Q was the clearance code. Like there's levels of clearance, A, B, C, D, and he was all the way at Q.
Okay.
Right? So he's QAnon. And he decided that he's going to go post real cryptic things on the 4chan message board, which is the cesspool of the internet. Right? It's where the worst of the worst people go to post the worst of the worst things.
Yeah.
And this is where this person's going to divulge all this information in riddles and codes and shit.
Right.
So total bullshit.
Yeah.
Total complete bullshit that the rubes completely fall for.
Right, exactly. See, this is the thing. Like the problem with us wanting to talk about this movie, with me wanting to talk about this movie, with me wanting to shit on this movie, because we'll get there, is that it's like all any Fox News idiot has to say is, oh, you don't care about children being sex trafficked?
Right.
Like, because it's obviously a thing that happens, right? This is not made up, that there are children being trafficked for sexual, like this is a thing that happens.
Most of the children being trafficked for sex were not trafficked like they are depicted in this movie.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's usually a dad taking his daughter to sell her to people.
Yeah, exactly. And
it's micro. This is not an industry.
Right. It's so overblown, and it's so like, obviously all you have to do is start claiming that that's what your political enemies are doing. Right. This is like,
or your religious enemies. Yeah. In the case of the Satanic Panic, they did the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like,
and they've been doing it. They've been doing that for years and years and years. They would say that witches are eating your children.
Right. Won't somebody please think of the children? The children.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's like, so that becomes a problem. And this movie was like it became a real like cultural phenomenon, particularly among elderly Fox News viewers.
Sure.
Where they started like having a pay it forward system where it's like, we'll buy your ticket if you go see this movie. And
yeah, did you watch the whole end credits thing?
No, I didn't actually.
There was a whole end credits thing with Jim Caviezel talking about how everyone needs to see this movie, and we have a system. And it was the pay it forward system where you can buy tickets for other people and we will distribute them. And just a marketing
it's
tactic.
just like, and it's just like, it's so insane. It's so but so that's the stuff around the movie, right? So now let's get into the movie, right?
Okay.
What the story of the movie is: Jim Caviezel, old blue-eyed Jesus himself.
Yeah.
He plays a guy who works for ICE, and that's quite a choice to have your unimpeachable hero being an ICE agent.
Right.
That's you're already making a statement there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he works for ICE, and he's an ICE agent whose sole focus is on pedophilia, and they're tracking all of these dudes selling kiddie porn and all kinds of shit on the internet, and taking these guys down. And at some point, somebody says to Caviezel, is like, well, yeah, but we're taking all these guys off the street, but do you ever get to rescue any children? And he starts thinking to himself, oh no, I never do. So he decides he's gonna eventually he gets a sabbatical from his job at ICE to go down to Colombia where this trafficking ring is all taking place. And he's gonna go rescue some children, and then eventually
just lone wolf.
Yeah. And eventually...
That was another criticism of the movie, is that he's doing everything by himself.
Right. Yeah.
And he gets more and more by himself the further along it goes.
Right. You're right. Yeah. I'm sure the real guy who Jim Caviezel is representing was very pleased with the way that this movie has presented him.
Oh yeah,
he's coming off
right, because
very,
it's always
very well.
when they bust up these giant rings, it's usually multi-country investigations,
right?
Yeah,
exactly,
involving hundreds of agents.
Yeah, so like you said, he has to make the choice. He can either come back home and start doing his job at ICE again, or he can just say, screw it, I'm quitting, and I'm going to stay down here in Colombia until I find this sex trafficking ring and bring this one little girl. This is one little girl that he's obsessed with because he had saved her brother earlier in the movie.
Right.
And he's like, I'm going to bring this little girl home if it kills me. And, Mira Sorvino is playing his wife for some reason. She's in the movie for like 3 minutes doing nothing, where she's just like, looking lovingly at him, being like, oh, what if that were our little girl?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's the stupidest, emptiest part. Is like, why are you hiring? I guess Mira Sorvino doesn't get any work anyway, so this is what she's reduced to, because that's what it's like to be a 50-year-old woman in Hollywood, I guess. But yeah, and that's the whole movie, right? Like, that's it. That's what we're doing. So this movie is just like pure emotionally manipulative, pandering bullshit from the moment it starts.
Okay.
Right? Like, it's the first scene of the movie. We see these two adorable little Latin kids, and they're beaming and smiling, and there's this woman who's talking to them and their dad about how she's going to turn them into stars. They're going to be famous. So they the dad gets on a bus to wherever, and they're bringing them down, and we see this. So they tell the dad, "Oh no, you can't come into this to the photo shoot process. You just come back at later tonight, and we'll have your kids ready for you then." Yeah. And then we see this photo shoot where it's like they're like unbuttoning the shirts of these kids, which is like, oh, you got to show a little more skin there, Junior. We're trying to sell some stuff here, and I mean, it's just, and then. Once we get to the spot where the father realizes his kids have been gone, then we roll the opening credits, and the opening credits is security camera footage of
kids actually getting abducted,
swiped off the streets.
Looks like it was real.
It did look. I have no idea whether or not it was, but it's just like people just like basically just yoink grabbing kids and just
putting them on a motorcycle and zooming away.
It's just and we're just away we go, and it's just like everything about this movie is pure lowest common denominator. It's just like we're going to make you care about this. You you think you got a hard life. Well, you look at these children. Look at what's happening to these children. Doesn't that make you sad?
And for me, it was a lot of it was really transparent, but a lot of it is like, kernels of truth mixed in.
Yeah.
You don't really know what's false and what's true.
Right.
Because I believe that like talent scouts are a way to probably abduct kids successfully.
Could be. Could very well be.
I like that's a really, it seems like a tactic that would work.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally believable. Yeah, but just like, I'm
Jim Caviezel going undercover as a pedo and talking to the other pedophile.
Oh my God!
And when they're busting him and he does a Bible verse.
Spoiler alert!
That part.
Spoilers for Secret Mall Apartment ahead.
So
skip to minute marker 16 minutes and 21 seconds, or the next chapter.
Because I had to look it up.
Have been warned.
So he's sitting there and he's the pedo like sets him up with the little kid.
Yeah,
remember? In the restaurant.
Yeah. And
then he goes, so what do you think about this? And he goes, those amongst me will not falter my children. And he does this Bible verse.
Oh my God.
And then all the agents come in and bust him.
Yeah, so ridiculous. The one bit of inspired casting that this movie did is putting Bill Camp in as the good guy who's pretending to be.
I really kind of like that character.
It's cool. I mean, Bill Camp, it's like the role he was born to play, right? Like he's been playing sweaty creeps in movies for the last 20 years, and it's just like totally believable.
And he's also like undercover, right?
Right,
and he's
exactly.
Pretending to buy kids.
Yeah,
and
his character's name is Vampiro, and he's like he's the guy that is pretending to be like one of these like sex trafficker guys.
Yeah,
and they say like what he does is he will buy these kids and then set them free. He'll like bring them to a safe house somewhere or something. Right. So then he hooks up with Caviezel, and they got this great idea. They know
he made the movie watchable.
I think to say he's the best part is ridiculous. He's the only good part of the movie, I think.
I think that's probably right. That's probably right.
Yeah. I mean, I really like Bill Camp in general, and I think he is deployed very well in this movie. Just like playing off of who he is and what you think when you see him because of the characters he always plays.
Yeah.
And it just works great, But yeah, so like it's the whole thing is just so ridiculous. They have this guy who's like a well-meaning billionaire, and so they recruit him to their operation, and basically they tell all of the sex traffickers in South America that we're going to make an Epstein Island, and we all you have to do is supply us with kids, and we're going to give you all the money, and we're going to have all these rich creeps from all over the world come here, and they're just going to have a smorgasbord that you provide them, and we're all going to be rich.
Yeah,
and all like. Just these like horribly creepy looking dudes, just like hey, like just. I mean, it's just it's the worst. It's so bad. It's just so bad. But yeah, so and that's basically the whole movie. So what they do is they set up this sting operation on this island, right? And they rescue all these kids, and it's like, oh, we got 54 kids. So it's like, okay. Little mind that these 54 kids, if they go seek asylum in the United States, they're going to have their papers revoked by ICE and sent right back to whatever country they
things are going to shake out later for those
right, exactly
children.
But yeah, so after that happens, what like it's like the worst lowest point of the movie for me is. We see these kids who have been rescued from the sex traffickers, and they're singing and clapping and whatever. And one of the guys says to Caviezel, "It's like, you hear that sound? You know what that is? That's the sound of freedom." It's like, go fuck yourself. Just give me a fucking break. But so once all these kids are there, everybody should be really happy, right? Except no, because Caviezel, he's only interested in one kid. He's only like. It's great that he can save these 50 kids, but he only wants to save the one little girl because of the brother that he found.
Right.
I gotta go find this girl. So they find out that she's being held in this remote section of Colombia that even the Colombian army, won't go there.
Right.
And it's just like, all right, well, me and Bill Camp, we're just going to go down there in a canoe
and pose as doctors.
We're going to pretend to be UN doctors, and we're just going to go get this girl. Everybody cool with that? Yeah, okay, that sounds good. And that's what they do.
Lone wolf.
Like, it's so stupid. It's so much like, oh my God. Like, there's a scene where Caviezel's on the phone with his boss in Washington talking about how he's gonna quit the department, and the boss actually says, like, you've only got 10 months until your pension. He's like, I don't care. For some reason, I don't know if they would have had to pay Jim Caviezel more if he spoke above a whisper at any point in this movie, but all of his dialogue is delivered in this like,
he went to the Batman school of acting.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so cheesy. It's such a badly made movie. So
I'm gonna do a hot take on it.
All right, push back.
I kind of like the middle act of the movie.
Okay,
probably because that was that actor. What do you say,
Bill Camp?
Bill Camp. That was his major part,
right?
Probably because of that. But I also like the sting aspect of it.
Sure.
You know, the how they went about like doing that. I thought that was an interesting watch.
Okay.
I thought the first act and the last act were ham-handed and silly.
Yeah.
Felt like propaganda. Felt like a faith-based movie.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like Christian movies?
I've never watched any of them, but I'm aware of them.
Like a Hallmark movie, kind of. Yeah. It felt like a gritty Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the middle act I thought was kind of interesting and kind of fun.
Yeah.
Like I kind of dug it.
I guess I just couldn't get past how just like even in those scenes where it's just like we're making all of the bad people are just so over the top cartoonish evil, and all of our heroes are just saints, and it's just like I just can't get behind this. I don't know, just the complete lack of any kind of, again, I talk about this all the time where it's like I can't stand a movie that has no respect for the viewer, and this movie felt like it just has no respect for the people who are watching it. It's just
this movie felt like it had an agenda.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like it was trying to hammer home an agenda.
Yeah,
and it didn't matter how loose they played with the facts or how they played, like how this was actually done and how you actually go about busting these people, because I think a lot of it was like lone wolf bullshit. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and I don't even care. I don't even mind if a movie has an agenda, but like, I don't know, be about what you want to be about in a more intelligent way. Just like, show me some respect. I'm like, this movie's really long too. It's like,
it's pretty long. Yeah.
It felt. There's a lot of scenes of like driving around in cars, like slowly winding down streets, and like scenes of people just like staring at each other and having really long conversations.
A lot of unnecessary, gross, like pedo stuff.
Really, really gross.
You know, like I didn't really even get why a lot of that was in there. Just pedos being creepy and gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess you want to hammer home like this is the awful thing that happens, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Like, yeah. It's like you said, you're right. It's satanic panic. What we're doing is
it's a movie. It's a movie based around a moral panic.
Right.
But I expected it to be a lot worse though.
Really?
Did you?
No, I think it was about
as bad as you thought.
I think it was about as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a scene early on where Jim Caviezel is watching. I guess part of his job is to watch these kiddie porn videos and
I think it's
catalog them.
I think it's part of every job that deals with that.
So there's a scene of him watching these videos, and we close up on his face, and you see a single tear drop down his cheek. And I was like, that's how I feel watching this movie right now.
Finally, I have some empathy for the character.
Oh man, his bosses are making him watch some real horrible shit. I get it. I'm with you, Jim.
All right, so is that it, Ken?
Yeah,
that's it. Got?
That's enough.
So, Ken, is it a pass, pirate pay?
It's a pass. Come on.
Yeah, I kind of teetered though, because I did kind of enjoy that middle part.
Yeah.
I thought maybe this is a pirate, but I think it's a pass.
Bill Camp deserves better. Give that guy some better work.
Yeah. And he's had a lot of great work.
That's true. He does great work. Every time I'm never unhappy to see him.
Right.
All right, our second movie today is 2025's Sovereign. It's directed by Christian Swaygal. This movie stars Nick Offerman as a person who believes in personal sovereignty.
Sovereign citizens.
I was not aware of this as a movement.
You did. You didn't. It's been a movement for a long time.
Yeah, This is not a thing I knew about. I was talking to Brendan about it a couple days ago, where he had mentioned it, and I was like, oh, I mean, I guess it makes sense that this is a real thing, but I had no idea that this was actually a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a sovereign, personal sovereign. What is it called? Personal sovereignty?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
I just know him as sovereign citizens.
Sovereign citizens, yeah. So basically the idea is that these people are like mega super duper libertarians, right?
Right.
Where it's just like the government and anyone else has no claim to anything that impinges on any of my rights in any way, right? So these are the people, on a personal note, these are the people I hate more than any other people in the world.
Is that right?
I hate libertarians. I hate them. I feel like the biggest problem in this country is that huge portions of our citizenry are giant babies, where it's just like, no, I want what I want, and you can't tell me I can't have it, because that's what America is.
Yeah.
That's what these people, and that's what these guys are, right? Like this is a whole thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Where it's just like
I don't have to play by your rules.
Right, exactly.
The rules of society.
Right.
I'm my own sovereign citizen.
Exactly. Like you can't tell me I can't have a bazooka in my backyard, because it says in the Constitution that I get to.
Yeah, I can drive drunk.
Yeah, I could do whatever I want. I have a business, but I don't have to serve those black people. You can't tell me I have to. This is America. I don't have to serve anybody.
I don't have to do anything, and I can do anything I want.
Exactly. People are giant fucking babies.
And they are the extreme of this.
Yeah, exactly.
These sovereign citizens.
Right. So it's just like, so I had no idea that that's what this movie was. At least on that part, it was kind of interesting. So the plot of the movie starts off, we hear a 911 call about two cops who've been shot multiple times on the side of the road, and we don't know anything about what's going on. It eventually becomes clear that this is the end of the movie at the very beginning, and this is where the whole movie is going to be going towards.
Yeah.
So we meet Nick Offerman's character. His house is being foreclosed on by the bank, but surprise, surprise, he doesn't believe the bank has the right to collect on the debt that he owes them.
Yeah.
Like, sure, he borrowed money from them, but that contract, show me where they're legally allowed to say that I owe them money, even though I borrowed money from them. It's like, it's totally nonsensical to me.
I actually watched some court cases with sovereign citizens, and they nailed it.
Really?
Yeah, they nailed it. Was exactly
the courtroom scene in this movie is insane.
Yeah, it was exactly like that. Exactly like just a word salad of horse shit. And the judge trying to hold things together like in a reasonable manner, and and he just makes a zoo out of the court. And they go, all right, well then go to jail. F you.
Yeah.
It
just seems to me like the whole point of this movie is that these people want to live like it's 1790, right? Like we're going all the way back to the beginning of this country. We're talking about make America great again. 1790, right when the Constitution was signed. That's when this country was great. When they couldn't have these laws. We didn't have these interconnected state laws. You could just walk around. Man could be free to do whatever he pleases.
Yeah,
and that's what makes this country great. It's so insane. But like I'm at a kind of a loss with this movie. I don't really think I understand what it's trying to say. I don't really get what the movie wants us to think about any of the stuff that happens in it. So like my take was the Nick Offerman character is insane, like clearly delusional. So I think there's some stuff where it's like the movie might be trying to get at, we don't deal with our mentally ill people in a very responsible way. Like there's a scene with the police training, right? Where it's just like we're showing these cops going through the training to become police officers, and all they're being trained to do is use force to subdue people and get them to comply with whatever they're doing. It's like very militarized kind of policing, right?
Yeah.
And these cops are the only agents of the government that this Nick Offerman character ever interacts with. So when stuff blows up, I mean, maybe we shouldn't be surprised by it, right? But then at the same time, like, he may be mentally ill, but he's also a complete asshole who is wrong about everything that he thinks. Like,
hypocrite too.
Yeah, total hypocrite. Like he and his son go around and they give these talks about personal sovereignty, and they collect all these money from all these followers who think that he's, you know, preaching the gospel or whatever. And then the kid is like, "Oh, great, we got the money. We can pay the mortgage off now. We don't have to worry about the house being foreclosed on." And the dad's like, "I don't actually owe them the money." And they just go to the casino and blow it at a craps table.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. So I feel like the movie is very much not in favor of these sovereigns.
I don't think it paints them in a positive light.
No, I don't think so either. But at the same time, I also feel like there are times when it's trying to see things through their eyes, right? Like there's a scene where the son is homeschooled. They say that throughout the movie, and he's basically just being indoctrinated and radicalized by his insane father.
Yeah.
But the kid is like not that far gone yet. And he's like, I just want to go to school. Like there's a next door neighbor girl that he's got a crush on, and he keeps like staring at her. And he's like, I just want to go to school and be around kids my own age and you know, be allowed to be a normal person for once.
Right.
But there's a scene, a great scene, I think, in the school. The kid is going down trying to enroll in school, and they're just talking about how all these documents that he needs to provide them, like proof of residence and proof of vaccinations, and he needs to take a placement exam, which can only be done at a specific time at a specific date. And it's just like, it seems like this, like, well, maybe Nick Offerman's right. Maybe this insane bureaucracy is too much.
This red tape.
Yeah,
they don't want me to go to school.
So it's like, so there's that stuff. And then all of the stuff with Dennis Quaid as the police chief, where he's like this totally rigid jerk to all of his cadets, especially his son, who winds up being one of the cops who's killed, where it's just like, the police don't come off particularly well in this movie either. It just seems like the movie's throwing darts, and it doesn't seem like it's... So
the first movie, The Sound of Freedom, had no nuance, and this one had too much?
I don't even know if it's too much nuance. I just feel like it's muddled. I don't understand what any of the Dennis Quaid stuff is doing in this movie. It seems like a total distraction from everything else that's going on in the movie.
Okay.
It's really strange to me. I just don't get it. I don't understand what this movie's getting at. That's my real problem with it. I think Nick Offerman is really good in the movie.
Yeah, I think he's really good.
I think he does a really good job in it. There's a scene where he and his son are driving, and he accuses the son of lying, and he just starts screaming, "Mendacity! Mendacity!" Yeah. And then he pulls the car over, and he's like, makes like he's gonna duel with the kid, and he winds up shooting a blank at him. And it's just like, what the hell is going on? Like, guy is totally off the rails. And Nick Offerman is basically a comedic actor for his entire career, and yet the whole scene isn't really played for laughs. It's like, this guy's nuts, man. I feel bad for this kid. Like, maybe that's the point of the movie. You're supposed to feel bad for this kid, this poor kid who's just caught up.
I think that is kind of the point. I think the kid is the whole core of the movie.
Yeah, because this kid is just like, he basically has no chance.
I almost see Ron Swanson and this guy being the same character, just filmed in a different light.
Yeah, exactly. Because Ron Swanson is, he's
a libertarian.
He's the world's most lovable libertarian. Yeah.
And if you caught him on the right days, or the wrong days, you get one of these movies, one of these things.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like, this movie could easily have veered into comedy or parody, but it never does. It plays it straight the whole time, and it is deadly serious. I don't know. I just don't know. It feels kind of like a mess to me. It just seems like the movie doesn't really know what it wants to do, and I don't really get it. I don't really get what it's going for.
Yeah, I don't know if it has to go for anything. I think it's just telling the story of these people and how they ended up in this situation.
Yeah.
And the characters involved and how those intersect with each other and end up in such a bad place.
Yeah, I guess my point is the stuff with the cops where we're getting to know the Dennis Quaid and his son and their family and all that stuff. It just seems like it's totally separate from the rest of the movie. I just don't really understand why it's there. And so I think that's my real problem with the movie. I feel like the movie's at cross purposes with itself because those scenes just don't seem to connect thematically in any way with what's going on in the main portion of the movie. So this is really strange to me. I think that's my real problem with it. Yeah, I don't know.
Spoiler alert. Spoilers for Sovereign ahead. Skip to minute marker 33 minutes and 38 seconds or the next chapter. You have been warned.
So Nick Offerman's character, Nick Offerman and the kid, they're arrested or they're pulled over, and this has happened before in the movie where Nick Offerman does not have a registration for his car or a driver's license. Because apparently...
Yeah, this is like the third time this has happened in the movie, right?
So
and he's going through the motions. He's doing his whole spiel about, I don't need a driver's license yet.
Right, because like, according to some arcane law text, like a vehicle is only something that's used for commercial purposes. And so since he's traveling only for his own personal purposes, he doesn't need to prove that he has any right to...
Right,
I'm just a free man walking. I'm just a free man walking.
Yeah.
But yeah... So these cops finally get him, and he interacts with some bad cops, and they start like basically trying to force him to the ground. Or they're like wrestling with him, and his kid is in the front seat of the car, and he's got an assault rifle in the front seat of the car, and it's just like, all right, these guys are. The kid's like, I don't know if I really believe all this stuff, but these guys are going after my dad. They're attacking my dad, and so sure enough, the kid just opens fire.
Yeah.
And it's the kid who kills the two cops.
Yeah. Which surprised me.
Yeah. I was not expecting that. Definitely was not.
I don't think Nick Offerman was either.
Yeah, right.
I don't think that character, he was quite shocked.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, he and the kid, they drive away. They go down to, Big Five or whatever and get more ammo for their various weapons.
And they're really panicked. And like that panic is palpable.
Yeah, I mean, as well they should be, because now there's like a manhunt going on after them because they're cop killers.
Yeah,
and then sure enough, we get a standoff in a parking lot where it's just like there's like 10 cops with assault rifles.
Yeah, it's the OK Corral.
Yep, and it's just like we're not gonna have any survivors, and it's just sure enough, Nick Offerman and the kid, they both just get blown away by the cops.
The dog makes it though.
The dog does survive, which I was pleasantly surprised.
I was too. They can't kill dogs in movies anymore.
I sure hope not.
There's a whole website called doesthedogdie.com where you can go to see if the dog dies.
Oh man.
The dog made it.
But I mean, that's the ending. We don't even see the kid get shot. We just see his bullet-ridden body in the back of the truck at the end of the movie, and that's how we leave it.
And it was a real shame because, like you said, he wasn't that far gone yet.
Right.
So, and he's like trying, like you see these little signs that he's going to break out of this awful thing that he's trapped in, and no, it gets him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's impossible to de-radicalize yourself when the algorithm is your father and he's screaming in your face.
Yeah. It's been that way for a long time before we knew what algorithms were. Yeah. Unlearning is much harder. So, Ken, what would you give this movie? A pass, pirate, or pay?
It's a pirate for me.
Yeah,
I think there's stuff in there that's worth watching. Nick Offerman is particularly good. It's well acted. It's just too muddled for me. I wish it were a little more focused.
I think I'm going to give it a pay. Okay. I was really. I was never bored. I really liked it. I thought like you said, Nick Offerman. I think Nick Offerman alone is worth a pay.
Yeah. Okay, our last movie is 2025's Eddington, directed by Ari Aster. This movie is the COVID movie. This movie starts with we see on screen.
Is it kind of the first one?
I think it is. I can't remember a movie. There are movies that I guess kind of deal with some aspects of it, like being stuck in your own house or whatever. But I think this is a movie that's the first movie I've seen that's explicitly saying this is COVID. This is what we went through.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we start off. It says it's May 2020. Yeah. So we're right in the thick of it. We're in lockdown territory.
Yeah.
So yeah, the basic plot of this movie is it's a small town, Eddington in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And the mayor of this town, played by Pedro Pascal, he is trying to enforce the state's mask mandate. And the town's sheriff, played by Joaquin Phoenix, he's not having it. He feels like this mask mandate this is not something we need.
Yeah,
because he's got asthma, so if he finds it hard to breathe while he's wearing a mask, and as he's continually telling everyone who will listen, there's no COVID in Eddington. We don't have anything to worry about. It's not here. Why do we need masks?
Yeah.
So that sets up a standoff between the mayor and the sheriff decides he's going to run for mayor. He's going to take the mayor's job.
Yeah.
So I guess on the platform of no masks, free diseases for everybody. I don't know. But yeah, then it goes from there. Eventually we get George Floyd happening. And so we start to see Black Lives Matter protests even coming into this small town where this doesn't seem like there are very many black people at all, but we're here. And yeah, this movie is a total mishmash, I guess, a total collage of everything that we were all dealing with.
Yeah, it brought back a lot of memories.
Yeah.
Good and bad, mostly bad.
This is not a feel-good movie.
No.
This movie is not a feel-good movie. Yeah, so this movie is... So I guess I'm going to sound a little... I might sound a little hypocritical on this one because after the last one where I was talking about how the movie didn't seem like it knew what it was about,
yeah,
this movie is also not taking sides.
Right.
But I feel like this movie is very pointedly not taking sides.
Yeah.
So there are, I know there's some criticism of this movie coming from the left because the Black Lives Matter protesters are mostly kids, like 20-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And they're morons. Like there's no better way to put it. Like these kids they're well-meaning idiots, where it's just like, these white kids are just constantly talking about it. It's like, well, and I don't even think I should be allowed to talk about this, but here I am anyway, and saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we're on stolen list. This protest is being done on stolen land. And it's just like, these guys are just dopes, So I feel like that and the fact that the climactic action scenes of this movie all involve
with the Antifa super soldiers.
Antifa. But anyway, we'll get back to that in a minute because I want to do a spoiler. I want to talk about stuff that happens before I want to spoil the ending.
Okay.
So first off, I think Joaquin Phoenix is incredible in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of my favorite actors for sure of all time. But in this movie, I mean, he is just his like bumbling doofus is so good. He's like a perfect distillation of what I think of when I think of MAGA, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like, this guy, he's got one or two ideas in his head and he's just going to run with them.
Yeah.
And like, I don't care about any other facts that you may have to get in my way. I'm just there. I'm full speed ahead.
Yeah.
And Joaquin just plays it so perfectly. He's so dumb. It's great. Like, just fantastic. So the movie it's made by Ari Aster, who up to this point is a horror movie director. Like, we know him from
a great horror movie director.
Yeah, we know him from Hereditary and from Midsommar and Beau is Afraid, which I haven't seen.
And this is like a Coen Brothers-y kind of adventure.
The thing is, though, this movie is kind of shot like a horror movie, right? Like there's a lot of scenes where it's like really palpable tension, and it's just like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's a really interesting character in the movie is this like crazy homeless guy who's constantly walking around
carrying around a dead bird.
Yeah, he's just we see him. He's the first guy we see in the movie. He's just like muttering to himself, just total nonsense.
Yeah.
He's got a dead pigeon in his hand, and he's just like like And all of the scenes with this guy, nobody in town has any idea how to interact with this guy.
Yeah.
Nobody can do anything. Like, we meet him where the mayor owns a bar, so he calls the police because this crazy homeless guy is banging on the door trying to get into the bar.
Yeah.
The mayor's just like, get him out of here. Get him out of here. And Joaquin, as the sheriff comes and he's like, but he's just trying to get in. He's a customer. He wants to come in and have a drink. He's like, what do you mean? What are you trying to say? But then his interaction with him is like trying to wrestle the guy to the ground, and they just fight, and the homeless guy just throws him off and runs away. Like, nobody has any idea. There's a great scene where the kids who were doing the Black Lives Matter protests, they all kneel down to simulate the time that George Floyd was being strangled by the asshole cop, you know?
Yeah.
And the homeless guy is just standing, hovering over one of them, and the kid's just like, get out of here, man. I don't have any money. Like, nobody knows what to do with this guy. But all of his scenes are like creepy and weird. He's like a horror movie character because he's not saying anything that makes any sense.
He's coughing a lot.
He's coughing a lot. He's very clearly an unpredictable element in all of these things that are happening. It's just like, we just don't know what's going to happen here. So I thought that was really interesting. There's I don't know. This movie's just it's got a lot of ideas. I feel like it's got a lot of really interesting and cool things to say about where we were and where we are, you know what I mean? In terms of,
especially since it took place in like a desert town, it hit a little harder home
for us.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So there's another thing that's going on where everybody in this movie is constantly on their phone, right? There's just everybody's on screens. Everybody's filming everybody.
Yeah.
Like at all times, you can't go anywhere without somebody pointing their camera at you and filming you to make sure you know what's going on. But at the same time, nobody seems to have any idea what's going on. Like, I think the movie is really interested in the fact that we don't know how to talk to each other anymore because we're all like stuck in these bubbles that we have. So like the day of in the movie when the George Floyd happens, Joaquin promotes his black deputy to sergeant, and the guy's like, is this because of the news? And Joaquin's just like, what news? Because he has no idea. The guy's on his phone 24 hours a day, and this massive news story that's nationwide, and he has no idea. So then the next day he goes and he's talking to his deputy, and he's like, why didn't you tell me about this? He's like, it was everywhere. How did you, like, I can't, like, just totally disbelieving that he didn't already know about it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, this is a huge story, except if you're in this Fox News alt-right bubble, you're just not going to hear about it right away. It's just not a thing that's going to happen, at least not until the protests become Antifa terrorist events. Yeah. And that's when Fox News is going to start reporting on it.
Spoiler alert. Spoilers for Eddington ahead. Skip to minute marker 55 minutes or the next chapter. You have been warned.
So the movie takes a turn about halfway through where Joaquin goes to this fundraiser at the mayor's house, and he goes and there's a noise complaint, so Joaquin goes and he turns the music off that the mayor's having on there, and they get into a little sparring match about it, and the mayor just winds up slapping Joaquin across the face a couple of times, and Joaquin just walks away in disgrace. I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen here? So then Joaquin gets in his car, drives down to the mayor's bar, sees the homeless guy in there. He broke it in, who's drinking all the bottles, just getting himself liquored up, and Joaquin just shoots the guy, just blows him away.
Yeah, did that surprise you?
I was very surprised. I did not see that coming.
So why do you think he did that? To practice?
I honestly don't know. I don't know that he was expecting to see the guy there. I don't know if he was just surprised that he was there. And it's just, again, like, it's just like, I don't know how to deal with this guy. You know what I mean? We don't know what do we do with this guy? He's breaking into buildings.
Or he disrespected me before when we wrestled and he won the wrestling match and ran away.
Yeah, it could be, because it's not like he's trying to murder him and pin it on somebody else, because he gets rid of the body and clears away all the evidence. So he has no idea. Like, we have no idea. Yeah, it's really strange. I don't really know. My thought is everything with the homeless guy is nobody knows what to do with this guy. And I just feel like the end is his ending is that. It's just like, I'm out of ideas. I'm just going to shoot this guy. Yeah. So then he gets rid of the body. You know, he like puts it in a bag, gets rid of all the evidence, throws the body into a river. And it's like, okay, where are we going now? Joaquin gets in his car and he goes to the right outside the sheriff's house, gets himself a sniper rifle, kills the mayor and his son. Like, whoa. But this one was, in fact, motivated by trying to pin things on something, because he writes, what is it, like Black Lives Matter or something? He writes some sort of liberal message in spray paint on the wall to try to make it look like, and he plants one of the young protesters, she and the mayor's son were having a little bit of a thing, like a little bit of a relationship. And so they plant her purse in the house to make it look like she kind of had something to do with it also. And then all of a sudden it's like, I think the movie is about to be how Joaquin is going to try to get out of this. Yeah. We see him trying to pin it on his black deputy very successfully.
Planting evidence on him.
Yep, planting evidence. There are tribal police, because Eddington is like right adjacent to tribal Pueblo land. And so the tribal cop is like hanging around this crime scene,
and he's figuring it out.
And he sees what's happening. He's like, I know who did this. And you think, we think that's what the movie's going to be about. But then no. Here comes Antifa
on a private jet.
On a private jet with. Did you see the logo on the jet? It's a globe with a hand holding it, like a hand just totally covering like it's a baseball. Like this hand is controlling the world. So like I honestly can't believe that the movie is expecting us to think that this is Antifa, right? Like these are actual left-wing protesters. I'm pretty sure the movie I mean, could just be because I'm a lefty. This is the way I think about it. Yeah. Is that these are crisis actors, right? These people are here to try to inflame an already bad situation. There's a line, one of the protesters, the young girl, she says at some point, all the looters, the rioters aren't with us. All the rioters are doing is to try to make it look like this is a scary situation, so old white people won't be upset when we go to martial law. And I feel like that's exactly what's going on with these fake Antifa people.
Oh, you think they were fake Antifa people?
Yeah, I feel like these are people who I've been thinking about it a lot, where either A, we believe that these are liberals and they hate this dumb, bumbling sheriff, and like, we're going to send 5 of our guys to come and take this corrupt sheriff down. Or B, we can kill this dumb cop and make everyone freak the fuck out and make things a hell of a lot worse. It just seems to me like B is the much more reasonable explanation.
Yeah, I kind of thought that this movie kind of existed in a universe of a right-winger's imagination.
Oh, yeah?
And that right-wingers think that Antifa is like this.
Right.
Like they're super soldiers. Yeah. Like they have explosives and they're armed to the teeth. Right. And, they're not just D&D nerds who put on a mask.
Right.
That they need an enemy, and they need that enemy to be like fierce and awful.
Right, exactly.
I think that's kind of what I was thinking is that in this universe they were Antifa super soldiers.
Oh, interesting. See, my thought was that this is the real world, and these are people who want people to believe exactly that. These are people who exist to make those right-wingers' fantasies seem real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these people are here to scare the hell out of people who watch Fox News, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like, we are going to make it seem like the left are the dangerous ones. These are the super soldier criminal people. These are the elites that we have to deal with.
Right.
Whereas, I mean, it seems
it could have been that way. The private jet and the logo kind of bolster your argument.
Yeah, it's just.
But I didn't notice that when I was watching.
Yeah, it just kind of seems to me like it just seems so far fetched for me.
This is a false flag.
Yeah, exactly.
From the right.
Right.
Think.
Exactly. And there are scenes from the Minneapolis protests where we see these, it's like some like kill all cops or something like that, and we see again assault rifles being used, firing on cops, right? And it's just like, it just seems to me that this is an organization that doesn't exist. This is this left-wing, highly motivated, armed terrorist organization is pure fantasy.
Sure.
And so I guess you and I are kind of thinking along the same lines, except you're saying that this is in the universe of the movie they do exist, and I'm saying the movie is showing us that this is the universe these right-wing people want to live in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought that was really interesting. And then the movie ends with so Joaquin, he's arming himself, he's trying to kill all of these terrorists who are gunning him down, and eventually the stupidest white teenage protester, the dumb incel kid, he's standing there watching Joaquin doing battle with the final terrorist, and neither the terrorists nor Joaquin have any bullets left, and Joaquin is swinging his assault rifle in an attempt to like hit the guy with the butt of it to save his life, and the Antifa guy comes and sticks a knife directly into Joaquin's skull
like twice.
Yeah. And then
just
the kid
stabs him in the head.
And then the stupid kid comes out and he's got a gun and his phone. So he's pointing his phone, recording it while he's shooting wildly at this guy. And eventually he hits the guy, and Joaquin is stabbed twice in the skull, laying on the ground. And the kid is like, "Sheriff, I saved you." That's another thing. This movie is hilarious. Like there are times
it's a
in this
very
movie,
black comedy.
It's really dark, but there are some times
the whole ending scene where he's being chased by the Antifa super soldiers is like Wile E. Coyote.
It's crazy. This movie
he breaks into a gun store and comes out with a massive Rambo like light machine gun.
Yep. It's totally nuts. I find this movie to be really, really funny at a lot of different times. This is like really, really dark humor, but great. So this kid who kills the last Antifa terrorist and saves the sheriff's life, because Joaquin does survive getting stabbed through the skull a couple times, although he's a vegetable by the end of the movie. But the kid who was like doing all of these liberal talking points throughout the whole movie, we see it's 1 year later, and he is now a MAGA all-star.
He's Kyle Rittenhouse.
He's hanging out with Marjorie Taylor Greene. He's living in Florida, living the dream. Everything is great for this kid. He's finally managed to get the life that he always wanted. It turns out he just needed to flip his ethos completely. Oh man, yeah. So yeah, that's basically the movie. It's a lot. It's a long movie. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I feel like it's got a lot of ideas, and the main idea is we as a society are totally screwed.
Yeah, like with the slightest bit of turmoil.
Yeah.
We don't know how to handle
unravel.
it.
Yeah,
we don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
And I would have guessed the opposite. I would have guessed that we would come together, and we'd figure out solutions, and like every step of the way during COVID, every solution that we came up with, there was somebody screaming against it.
Yep.
You know, and not somebody, like half the country,
right,
screaming against the solution.
Yep.
Hey, we should wear masks. No.
Yep.
We should take the vaccine. No. Just everything like what happens like. And this was a terrible event. You know, this COVID was terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's not as terrible as it could be.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Instead of having a 10% mortality rate or a 1% or whatever it was, it could have been 60.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
What happens then?
Yep. Yeah. And I feel like I came away from COVID feeling exactly that way, where it's just like, ugh, we're not doing well, as we can't talk to each other anymore. We have the two sides of this country are too far apart. We can't figure out how to have an actual discourse anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's and and it's really hard if one side that is not yours says something, you instantly assume it's not true,
right,
or has an agenda, or is nefarious.
Yeah.
And they think the same thing about us.
Yeah.
So it's like if there's facts, we should be able to meet in the middle about that, and we fucking don't.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. So that seems to me like that's what the movie is mainly trying to get at. Is just like, here are the ways that we are all screwed. We are doomed. We are a doomed society.
You think it was a bit nihilistic? Or?
I don't know. It certainly isn't proposing any solutions. So
no, there wasn't really any hope.
It's just like lampooning all of the ways in which we are terrible. And it's like it's a funny but horrifying movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really bad. I when I saw it the first time, I said to Mark, I was like, that's the most horrifying movie Ari Aster has made to date.
Is his first comedy.
Right.
It was the most horrifying movie he's made.
Yeah. Yep. It's
all right. So Ken, what would you give Eddington? Would you give it a pass, pirate, or pay?
Eddington's a pay for me. Really,
yeah, me too.
Really enjoyed it.
Me too. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, you like movies like this in a weird way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know they're great. They don't make you feel great.
No.
You know, but they do make you laugh a little.
Yep.
A little if you're weird.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we talk about what we're doing next week?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we are doing what I found out is a whole genre, which I did not know.
Okay.
It is horror romance.
Horror romance.
Horror romance.
Okay.
It's all one word. Horror romance.
Okay.
Horror romance.
Fair enough.
I don't know if I'm even saying it right. But so we are doing the new movie Together.
Yeah.
We are doing a movie, I forget when it came out, not long ago, called Your Monster.
Okay.
And we are doing Thelma, but not the Thelma we did previously on the show
Doing
about the old lady.
second Thelma.
This is like a Norwegian horror romance.
Okay.
Okay, so catch up on those movies, listeners.
It's exciting. I like horror. I like romance. Let's do it.
Yeah, and hopefully I picked three that are a good blend of the two.
I'm very excited.
All right,
we'll
cool.
see you next week.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in to Pass Pirate Pay. This episode was produced by the one and only Andy Morris. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcast app. We'd hate for you to miss out on all the fun. Curious about where to stream the movies we talked about? Head on over to passpiratepay.com. We've got everything listed with handy links on where to watch. You can also join the conversation on our Facebook page or stalk our cinematic musings on Letterboxd. Links are on the site. Got a movie or a TV show you think we should review? Fill out the contact form, or, this is cool, you can even text us right through the episode player on our website's front page. Thanks again for hanging out with us. Until next time, keep watching, keep rating, and keep it past Pirate Pay.